I'm Kirk Currier Jorgensen, the grandson of Frederick James Currier, the author of this book. I will read you a short biographical sketch of James Currier. Frederick James Currier was born on February 13, 1860 in River Falls, Wisconsin, to James Kimball Currier and Florilla Lott Currier. He had two young sisters, Mary Louise, Lillian, and a brother, Harry. In March of 1894, Fred James Currier went by way of the Canadian Pacific Railroad to Vancouver, British Columbia, intending to go down into Oregon to purchase an apple orchard and then move his family out there. Instead, he met two miners in a hotel in Victoria who were about to depart on a trip into the interior of Alaska to seek gold. They showed Fred J. nuggets and invited him to accompany them. Fred accepted, forgetting the apple orchard idea. His memoirs cover the next decade of his adventures as he sought his fortune in the goldfields.
And it's how the towns came about, how Alaskan activities came about. Most people think of Fairbanks history starting around the time of Felix Padroni, the Italian prospector who struck it rich up in the hills and then saw the smokestack from the Lavelle Young, the boat that the E.T. Barnett was on, and came to Fairbanks to tell people about his claim. This predates that significantly. This is before the gold rush that started Fairbanks and the mining towns in interior Alaska. And I think people who know a little bit about history recognize that, wow, this is a whole chapter we weren't even aware of yet. And I think it's really unique that that clear a picture of the early time before Fairbanks existed is out in print now.
Well, I stopped by to have a look at what was going on. This is just one more of the books that the trappers have put out. They've always been great, but this particular one is fascinating because it deals with the history of here in the interior, places that we're all familiar with, in places that are familiar to all of us here in the interior, Central and Circle, and the upper Chena Hot Springs area, up the North Fork of the Chena and over towards Birch Creek. And all of the places that he describes and the things that he describes are places and things that we know about, and that's really neat.
So at the Alaska Trapper Association, we're always trying to find ways to involve youth in the things that we do, whether it's our schools that we run or any of the extra events that we do. And so when the opportunity for this book signing came, we were really excited to do a production involving children. And so I worked with a group of youth who are all local, and so it was about a 5-minute long production, and they took scenes directly from the book and acted them out in the book signing at the Morris Thompson Center. They showed tremendous dedication, and we're very, very proud of them.
I'm glad for the rain last week. We needed some help to wash our dirt.
This work will test a man just enough as it is. Trying to find gold without water is near impossible. Here's more pay. I hope it's got more gold in it than the last spot we searched.
Yep, we're doing okay, but it could always be better.
Head down to tree line to get some wood.
Next year, we need to get some dogs to help us with some of these chores.
Like you, how's yours boys looking? You boys find any gold?
Good afternoon, Alex. Good to see you. Fair. Pretty good for a beginning. Do better when you get fairly at work. We've been finding some color. Of course, we always want more.
I know you guys are thinking about putting in a shaft over there, but if it was me, I'd put it over there.
Thanks for the advice. Bob's still down at the tree line?
Shouldn't take him long. He's handy.
He's tough. He wintered down at the Yukon when there was nothing but fur trade to attract the old sourdoughs. I do believe, McHugh, if we wait here till 12 o'clock, we'll see the sun rising just above the horizon without setting. Over there by the head of Miller Creek, it's about north from there too.
10 minutes until 12 now. I'm excited to see the midnight sun. 1 minute till 12, just touching the line of the horizon.
Look, the sun is rising from the earth without going below the line of the horizon. We've seen the midnight sun.
Hurrah! Since it's still daylight out, I believe that we could go and get some caribou. If we plan it right, we won't have so far to pack the meat to camp.